Welcome back to episode 6 of the Runs podcast with me, Gareth.
And me, Nicky.
How's it going, Nick?
Not bad, Gar. How are you? Looking very smart in that pink, bright jumper, hoodie.
Milk Supply Company. I'm going to tag them, see if we can get some sponsor from them as well, because I do like their hoodies. They're nice and warm, but if they want to send me some free gear, they can.
Oh, I'll have some as well. Don't miss me out.
Excellent. Been for you. Nicky's late. Right. We're lucky we got Ryan on this week, and we know him because Nicky's notes for the podcast are in work. So lucky we've got Ryan and not no one who had to properly research this week, I guess.
Idiot move, rushing to leave work to get down your state for a session and then jump back in the van. I was like, shit, my notes are still on my desk. So I've quickly scribbled a few bits down, so we'd be all right.
We get through it. That's fine, no problem.
Wing it.
Just like my entire running career. Just wait. Apart from now, I'm quite structured at the moment. We'll get on to that. But yeah,
I can see, going well.
Yeah, it's going all right actually. First up, this week it is the Maesteg Park takeover this weekend.
Yeah, park run takeover Saturday.
The weather is stonking until Saturday morning. I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, of course we wouldn't. Especially up here.
Yeah, we were looking last year, weren't we? I mean, the average numbers up there are 40, 50, roughly, is it? Anywhere between 30 to 50. Peely said 170 something is a record. So if you come 174, if we can get 175 up there, that'd be great. But just the more the merrier. The more people up there knocking 5k out on a Saturday morning and enjoying park run, the better, right?
Exactly. Social, nice, chilled, 5k, start of the year, and then everyone hopefully getting a bit of a health kick and a fitness buzz, and what a better way to start with a nice little 5k.
Yep.
Come up, have a laugh, bit of chat.
Some cake.
Bit of cake, coffee after. Happy days.
Look out.
So yeah, get up there.
Benkio has got the barcode back, so Benkio will be up there signing autographs as well. Excellent.
Yeah. What did he put it in the group earlier, didn't he? What was his last one 6 years ago?
Yeah. He did ask if he could steward instead, didn't he? But
we're not letting him off that. we're not having eyes running.
So we know where it is. Parkrun tourists. If you're coming from far and wide, parking, there's two options really. It depends if you go into the Spoons for a coffee after it or not. If you're planning on hanging around for a coffee in the Spoons, I'd recommend Wilco car park, Nick, yeah?
Yeah, probably Wilco's, which is right in town. You just walk up the hill, then up the steps, and you're into the Maesteg Welfare Park. Or even Tesco's. So obviously, it's easier to find and it's a bigger car park.
Yeah.
And then...
Are they charging up there now?
What's that?
Are they charging up there now?
No. They're all free parking, so that's good as well.
Tesco, Wilco car park.
Tesco's, or right outside the park in Maesteg Hospital car park, but that's not the biggest, and that is usually pretty full on a normal Saturday morning. So there's three options, and obviously there's the local streets and things where there's no parking permits or anything required. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we just go to park.
I'll put some kind of map up later in the week anyway.
Yeah.
So, Maesteg, if you're coming from the west, the wild west, and you're not planning on staying for a drink or anything, then I'd probably recommend Maesteg Hospital car park at the top of Neath Road or somewhere along Hailty Gwyn alongside of the park there. But if you are planning on having half hour in the Spoons, one of the car parks in town.
Yeah, easier then to just walk down and into Spoons and back to your car.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be good. Like we say, hopefully we'll have a decent turnout, but if not, we still have a laugh.
Yeah. Steve's asked me to do full send as well, so I was planning on getting around there leisurely, but we'll have to have a look. You want to have a look what's in the tank, so... Get a beef about. Yeah. Oh, God. 4 times.
Is he going to run with you and pace you, or is he just doing his own thing?
I don't think he can run that slow, but...
Don't put yourself down.
We'll see, no. I'm just there to enjoy and... Yeah, just see people out having a run and then see how it goes, and perhaps we'll do it again in the summer then, innit?
Yeah, when it's hopefully nice weather.
Right. Strava group. I know you are Ogmo Phoenix. Shout out to Ogmo Phoenix. But I am an unaffiliated athlete. I'm not running for anyone. So I can give a shout out to the beasts that are running the Strava group at the moment. Bull and Grant from Ponty Rodents. They're doing some mileage, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Fair play every week, smashing 80, 90 milers, leading the group leaderboard and putting the work in. Fair play this early on in January. I know Grant, obviously, he's just started his London block as well, but already up into high mileage. And I hope he goes well this year because he's a couple of injuries and he's a good runner, Grant, good bloke.
Yeah, local boy. Grant's going to come on in March as well and have a chat a bit before London. So Grant will come on and have a chat about London Marathon. Good for you to have a chat with him because you've done it before as well. You're doing it this year, so it's a nice little chat and I can just sit and listen to that one, I guess.
Get jealous.
Yeah.
Poland.
They're doing well. They fly, Varane must be tamping. Like he was a fresh Prince of Strava. And he's just messing about with his new drone. But
he's a bit of a cold, so he's struggling, poor boy.
I know. He was wrapped up warm on his Instagram story the other day as well, fair play.
Yeah, bring on.
No, these boys are doing... I mean, there's no shame in being third, fourth and fifth behind what Bull and Grant are doing at the moment anyway.
Now we got a good group on it now. There's a lot of people now. It's
good to see what 135.
I'm not even top 10.
But it's quite humbling for me because they have like a bottom chart. I don't know if it's a bottom chart or they show you where you are.
They'll show you like in the little group, like the 5 you're amongst, if you're not in the top 10.
Oh, so I'm not bottom. That's just who I'm amongst. That's good then.
Yeah, so you're amongst. Because obviously what we got about 90, 100...
135?
Numbers. Sorry?
135. From all...
Is it that many? No, it's gone up loads.
There's... I don't know where they... Like, we've got people on it from Arizona, from Carolina. One's following me back. We just exchanged kudos now with the guy I've never met from Arizona through the group book. So yeah, Jeff Rowe, if you're listening, Jeff Rowe, thumbs up to you. Keep doing what you're doing. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is mad how it links people and people are liking your runs. How do they see that? It's crazy.
I know. E3, the news ties in with Ryan coming on as well. We are on Element 3, E3, my coach, who I run with. We're on the leg for the tri-suit for, so a shout out for us on the leg, and Ryan's on the other leg for the tri-suit for triathlon this season. So can't wait to see them kind of made and the athletes wearing them and hopefully flying around different triathlon events throughout the year as well. So that's nice touch.
Yeah, they look really smart. You've shown me the pre-design or what that's gone in design. Nice touch that's been on there, and Georgie on the other one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to send Georgie the link so he's ready to come in when we're ready in a minute now. That's George. I wish we could disclose Georgie's email address, but I think that goes against GDPR.
Yeah, don't anyway.
It's awful, George, anyway. What else have we got? How's your training going?
It's starting to get into it now. Up the mileage now, slow. Sort of a build phase, the first month is of a 16-week plan and start getting mileage up. Got a race coming up Sunday, Lisweri 8, which obviously we spoke about a couple of weeks ago with Lizzie.
Yeah.
Again, weather's looking fine until Saturday, Sunday, and it's looking absolutely buzzing. But we've done it the last few years, me and the boys, and like it's been the same every year. Cold and really high winds. So it's looking the same again.
Make sure you seek out Lizzie for a selfie. That episode it's been received really well. All the episodes so far have. But I mean, we always knew Lizzie was going to go a bit higher because of her social media following. But really enjoyed as well. So
yeah, hopefully I'll see her there before or after. It's quite a big race, but sort of the start in like just outside of school, so it's sort of real small cluster. It's not like a big event, but it's a good race. Sort of looking forward to it and sort of ain't. But we'll see it. First one of the season, so see where we're at.
There we are.
What about you? You got in there apart from Parkrun Saturday? You was a line, didn't you?
Parkrun, running slow. This has been I found the perfect temperature for running. In the evenings, when it's like 1-2 degrees maybe. Gloves work, hat works. You don't get too hot. You don't have to take your hat off. You don't have to take your gloves off. Your body is perfect temperature for that second mile. I found it. The sweet
I
spot.
found it. I don't know. It was, like tonight wasn't too bad. Like I went the early yesterday morning because I had strength and conditioning last night, and it went about like 5:45. It was absolute Baltic, like freezing. Like just didn't warm up in the whole 6 miles. My hands, gloves on, hat, 2 coats. I was still freezing when I finished, but I was like just slow, but still, it wasn't nice. But it was in the minus yesterday morning.
Yeah,
that wasn't fun.
Have you got strength and conditioning? Because Georgie's on today. You don't normally strength and condition, do you? Or have you just started?
When I'm in my marathon plan, I will fit it in once, twice a week, and because it's in my plan I'm following is on a Monday evening, so I got to try and from this week run early and strength and conditioning in the evening. Did last night. I did a bit, and then I done the Team C Monday session. It was good.
Yeah, there we are, cracking. Sorry, some technical difficulties, and we were tracking Houston Marathon this weekend. A couple of our YouTubers were on there.
Yeah. Philly Bowden was out there. Obviously, people may not know her. She's got a big... She just, won the last year, signed sort of with NB and gone a bit semi-pro. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Went out, had a crack at the Olympic qualifying time. Had a good shot there. She was thereabouts at halfway. But came in 2:29 odd, but PB'd. She was a bit disappointed. Said that it got tough earlier than it should have, but fair play to her, dug it out.
Yeah.
And still run.
And Kafuzi as well.
Yeah, Cole was there. He did the half, didn't he? And he had a nice PB, 125 low. It's good for him to see him running that well because he's classed. Some of his content on YouTube and Insta is top notch. Fair play. I do like him.
Yeah, I was looking. There was a couple of others doing the marathon as well. I seen on his story earlier, Ben Johnson and a couple of the other big YouTubers were doing it as well, weren't they?
Yeah. Now, Ben Johnson, he's an absolute marathon machine. Like, he just seems to do one a month, and he's so consistent, like 238, 240 every month, like a machine.
That's big numbers, isn't it? I think, yeah,
it is,
he's done. I'm sure Kafuzi, on a Kafuzi story, maybe I'm getting confused. He said he'd done 500 miles in the Daps he had on for the...
Yeah, he had the new Alpha Flight 3s on. He obviously had them earlier than everyone else because they only come out at the beginning of Jan, didn't he? He gets them early, didn't he? Because he's obviously huge.
Are they the ones that I put on a story the other day, the 2 different colours?
Yeah, the white are the prototype colour, and then you've got the green.
God, they are something else. They are the closest thing I've seen to the Nike mags from Back to the Future, I think.
What their class, I know them. Wow. But yeah, they look a nice trainer, and that's what Kip done run the world record in Chicago last year. So obviously they're a good quick dart. But yeah, he put 500 miles in them already. Like, man's a monster.
That's more than I've done in 2 years, I think. There we are. And Philly is a Bills fan as well. You've got your Niners bobble hat on there. My Raiders stuff is away for another season because we didn't make a playoffs once again. But Philly is supporting the Bills. So am I, because of Josh Allen. Yeah. But hopefully the Niners can... I don't know, CMC deserves a ring, doesn't he? But
yeah, absolute tank. So, yeah, playoffs again, divisionals this weekend. Niners got... Who we got now? Oh, we got the Green Bay Packers, because they just smoked the Cowboys.
My brother's supporting the Packers, obviously. It would be so Packers now to have a run into the playoffs with Rodgers gone.
Yeah.
But
that's what they were in love for, wasn't it?
Exactly. Right, this week we've got Ryan George on, another local boy. You've heard about Ryan George before. Ryan is Kyle's brother-in-law, Kyle Blackmore, from a couple of episodes back, and the reason that Kyle was joining Ironman in the first place. Shall we let him in?
Yeah, let's get him on.
Right, how's it going?
I'm all good, apart from the mishap we've just had.
What mishap?
Bit of
stressed me right
technical
out.
difficulties.
Thought
But
it was
we're
all
here,
my
that's
fault.
the main thing.
Yeah,
We
It
are.
was. There we are. Right. Right. Welcome to the Runs podcast. Thank you very much for coming on, obviously. Busy day today by the looks of your Instagram story. School, work. Here we are now.
Yeah. Just gonna bring Chaz left to speak to you too now.
You don't even need to speak to that.
I'm on the same level as you two now.
Yeah, you with
So
it.
we'll
Happy
be
day.
Yeah.
Right. We've got loads to cover with you. Like we just said before you come on, you are the reason. You're pretty much the reason why Kyle Blackmore is the machine he is. Your idea for him to do an Ironman. You swung him into it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mad.
You were working full time, weren't you, when doing strength and conditioning and everything as well? But you've gone full swing into it as well, and you're in uni as well. Do you want to tell us a bit more about all of that?
Yeah, I sort of I stumbled across sports therapy. I was 19. I was at the time, 11 years ago. So I stumbled upon it doing a sports course down in Pencoed College. But then through that period of time, I've had mental injuries, just like purely from being unlucky rugby. And then as I was going to see specialists and physios, I was like, it's really interesting. And like, the more I was learning about my injuries, I was like what is that? What is that injury? How can it be helped? Can it be helped? Does it need surgery? And then fast forward 11 years, like I've been nearly self-employed now, 2 years. So, and I took the plunge to finish my full-time work because I was just going through a bit of a crappy time with injuries and all that nonsense again. So it's been like a 12, 15-year period of a continuous issue of injuries, feeling depressed, training really well, injury, feeling depressed, training really well, just a constant. And then like sports therapy made me really happy, like being in that environment, helping people, passing knowledge on, seeing people do really well, recover from like, I don't work with many people who have surgeries, but people like stopping people from having the surgeries. And like, you know, you can go down that route. So yeah, like, so that's the last 15 years really put into a couple of minutes. Been a bit of a roller coaster, but it's been good. I wanted to learn more about the human body, so I thought chiropractic was the way to go. And I suppose, well, nearly 2 years into that now. Well, sorry, yeah, nearly 2 years into that. So it's going really well. It's good.
So you're juggling this full time, working out of addicts now as well. How's that going down there?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's such a good base to work from because you just see people, they're challenging themselves. It's amazing to watch. They come in, you know, you can help people improve their performance just after half hour of treatment, and it's not so much the treatment that helps people, it's the education you try and give them throughout the half hour. So in an ideal world, you see someone 3, 4, 5 times and you don't want to see them again. You want them to go off.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, and like if they keep coming back, there's something not right. There's something I'm missing or we're missing together, because you've got to collaborate together as a client and sort of practitioner. So it's nice to see people go off and they are injury free and they go and hit them PBs or they go and play rugby. And it's not even like the young generation. I like working with the older generation where people are like, oh, I don't really want to work with you because you're in your 60s, you should be feeling these pains, or because you're in your 70s, you should be having back pain. It's not the case. There's a lot of very fit 60 and 70-year-olds out there that just need a little bit of education and guidance, and they can go down a local pub pain-free and have a pint with their mates, like on a Friday night. So it's more than just looking after the sports environment. There's a wide range of people you can treat and help them, basically.
Yeah, because it's almost at that age, it's accepted, isn't it? That's, and you've got to like mindset almost as well, rather than their understanding of it. No, you don't have to like be hunched when you're 60. Like you can change it a little bit. Like
like there's more, if you've seen now, there's more. You go to more gyms, there's more older people training. There's like, you go to my State Sports Centre, for instance, there's GP referrals. So there's people up there on the bike, they're running, they're lifting weights. And it's so good to see, because you wouldn't have seen that, like, not even like 10 years ago.
No.
You wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see GP referrals up there like 10 years ago. So like the environments they're coming into are more friendly. And like, there's just the resources are there now. And it's only getting better as well.
Yeah, excellent. So this running podcast, obviously, and we do dabble a bit with endurance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, right, I've had treatment with you many a time as well. And what should we be doing before, after? Like, what's your best like tips for runners? And everyone's going to be different, aren't they? But
Yeah.
I like running. I think my favourite part of running is I can get up and then it's done. Like, you know, it's not the most time-consuming thing in the world. But I also then will often neglect the warming up and warming down as well. Like,
Yes.
again, through lack of understanding, probably as well.
Yeah, like Nick, you're an experienced runner, and what have you got like a go-to thing you do that works for you, or?
Yeah, well, my basic knowledge I've just learned over the years, like I'll always try to say to anyone, you have easy runs through the week, we'll just go out and it's easy, you don't need to do anything. But for like tonight, I've done a small session, so like I was always told at least a 2-mile warm-up, nice, easy, slow jog, get the muscles warm. Then you do some dynamic sort of stretching, strides, so the body's warm and ready to go and the muscles are firing.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're into your session, and then obviously the same afterwards.
Yeah.
Like a 1-mile, 2-mile, nice, easy, slow cool down. Bit of static stretching I do then.
Yeah.
That's my go-to for sessions. And obviously we were just talking about it before you come on. Now I'm a lazy bastard. Like I should be doing strength and conditioning twice a week anyway, but I only seem to like get in my head when I get in my marathon block, and I don't know why. I need to be more. It's just laziness, I think. It's because like, not that I don't enjoy it, because once I start and I'm doing it, I'm all right with it. But like, do you know the thought of it, like, oh, I've got to go and do half-hour stretching.
It could be, because you're a good runner as well. It could be that. You might think, oh, do I really need to go and do my strength and conditioning?
Exactly. Yeah.
So your success might mask why you need to go and do your strength and conditioning. And that happens with a lot of people, like, you know?
Yeah. So like you probably know, if you tell us now the importance of it, I know the importance of it and I should be doing it. But like you can probably go into the probably proper, like, I don't know the wording for it, but like I know you need to do it because I've seen experienced runners do it, a lot of other pros do it, so obviously it works. And it's another thing for me, I know, like, because of my age and like the levels I'm at, I know I need to do it to eke that other 1% out to me as well, and it's going to be better.
Yeah, so like, it's a funny one. So there shouldn't be, as long as somebody gets a routine that works for them, that's the main thing. It's getting people doing it. Because you could put the warm-up together, that's 10 minutes long. Who's got 10 minutes to warm up? Do you know what I mean?
My brother has, you got him doing an hour before.
Well, he's doing well, but he doesn't get injured anymore.
But I think he tries to get injured because I think his favourite part of running is getting physio treatment off you. Like.
Well, I keep on getting injured. It's paying my bills, Al. No, but all jokes aside, it all depends what level you're at as well. So if you're just a runner, we're just going to do zone 2 forever. That warming up phase is probably not as important for you. But when you're going into your intervals and stuff like that, you've got to get the muscles activated. So it's like a neuromuscular connection, basically. So you're getting them muscles primed, ready to rock and roll. Like, so, and it's pointless going to do like, or I'll go and do some bicep curls or some triceps, and it's got to be like specific to running. So
so not just targeting the muscle groups, specific to the movements as well.
Movements, yes, like the function, like hip. So when we run, we go into like hip flexion, knee extension, and then hip extension. So you can isolate tissues, but is the need to isolate that much when we use them using your glutes, hip flexors, your quads as one big system? So I like isolating because I feel good for it, and I think it's a good go-to for beginners to isolate certain parts of the running gait or the walking gait, whatever you want to call it, but then put them together. So you start doing like your lunges. You can do isometrics. You can do full rep range. as long as you're getting your heart rate up and you're getting stimulation into the muscles you're using, you're good to go. Because if you don't, I see a lot of people that have knee and ankle issues. And if I do a hip stability test with them, they got really poor stability through the hips. So what generally happens then, instead of projecting your energy into the floor and forward, your energy's coming across the joint. So you're compressing the joint, you're compressing the ankle, and you think, oh God, my knee's been sore. I haven't had a bump on or nothing, but you're doing your intervals and your long runs. Say you're doing, I don't know, you could be doing 40 miles a week, 50 miles a week, and you're stressing a joint in the wrong direction. You're going to get compression of meniscus. You're going to get compression of tendons. So it's so important, and it doesn't have to be long. It's like I put the routine together for myself when I was doing the Ironman, because I had niggles again, and it took me 5 minutes.
That's the one I use. When I remember, that's still the one I use now.
Yeah, I give it to everyone, and so far it does work for most people, and it gives you, like, the word is for it, it's like neuromuscular efficiency. So basically, when you're running and your leg plants the floor, you want your glutes to be firing, you want your soleus to be firing, because it makes us better performers, and like we don't get fatigued as quickly because we fired up. And yeah, it's really interesting. Like I haven't even touched the surface with it, but what I know and what I give out to clients works, and that's all that matters, really.
You said about, like, I would probably fall into similar to the category you just mentioned. Most of my stuff is going to be zone 2.
Yeah.
But I probably should be doing it before the zone 2 as well, to build the good habits of doing it when I'm doing intervals and stuff as well.
Yeah. Discipline, innit? Like if you create that discipline, like if you're happy to go out and run 5 times a week, why ain't you doing 5 warm-ups a week before the runs? What's that, Nick? That's 25 minutes.
Yes.
Extra.
No.
And if you look at somebody's phone, they're probably on Instagram 7 hours a week.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? So
I have got a podcast to promote mine, so
it's doing well so far. But so you're putting your energy to a good time.
yeah, no, but it should be, like I said, it's no excuse really, is it? Like, especially the one you've give out Ironman time.
Yeah,
it's like you don't need any equipment or anything like that. You just need a bit of patience.
Like, and if you've got a bit of music on, you know what I mean? You're away with the fairies then, now.
Yeah.
And you got your music on.
Habit, isn't it? Like you said, it's like getting a habit. It is. Once you've got it,
once you
habit, I think you get more used to it. And it just becomes like natural, doesn't it? Oh, warm up, run, Like I'm used to it. I'll do it for intervals and things, but like I don't tend to do it, and for races. But like because of my easier runs, then I don't feel like I'll do a slight little, first mile is all real easy, and I feel that's another easy run for me because I run a lot of mileage. I don't feel I need to, but definitely on intervals, you've got to be doing it. Like, I'm not going to preach to everyone, but anyone out there listening, I think you
should
do some sort of warm up, cool downs.
Yeah, remember before when we used to go to park run, and we'd go to park run, you go, I'm just going to do a mile warm up. I'd be like, go on, any gimp.
I know. Yeah.
I stand here on Instagram.
Yeah.
But, who's running further?
That Boxing Day run we done it with Harvey, like, because he's like pretty new to it, and I know he's young, but like me, Jake, Nicky, load of us are like, come on, I'm going to warm up. Only running 5K. Like, you still got to warm up. Like, you're going to be racing hard for 5K. It's hugely important to get warm.
Yeah, massive.
Like, say on your phone.
Yeah, so like even with a warm up, like you see people, I've seen them, and I don't judge. I try not to judge. But when I see people doing certain warm ups, I'm thinking it's not doing nothing for you. Like whatever you're doing there, it's not like you got to try and do it with a bit of purpose.
Yeah.
So, like when you do your intervals, when you run, you do it with a bit of purpose. So, right, I want to get under 3 minutes per kilometre as I'm going for it. Same with the warm up. Like you got to move with intent. You got to put tension through the correct areas. You want to feel it. So you could tell someone to go and do a squat, and they go, oh God, I feel it right in my quads. But you shouldn't be feeling it in your quads. Like if you do a squat correctly, you should be feeling it down the posterior chain. So like doing a warm up rather than no warm up is great, But if you can just take a bit more detail into it, it becomes like a fantastic warm-up then.
Mm.
And it really it will reduce the chances of injury by quite a lot. I haven't got the percentages on it, but you can never stop yourself from getting injured. You can't. But it will reduce the chances of it if you're doing it regular and your nervous system's like, right, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
And let's have it, because it just gets you in the right mindset as well. Just like having like that 5 minutes, it's like, right, I got a big session, I have a good intent in my warm up, good intent with my session, and come home and recover as you want. And if for food, water, whatever you want, but as long as you add something positive into your schedule, it's only going to benefit you.
Definitely. It's the same in football and rugby, and it's like you wouldn't go into a football and rugby game and just stand around on the sideline and go, right, come on, it's all in the warm up, and it's intent in our warm up, as you just said.
Yeah. And you never see like professional runners or triathletes now not warming up. They spend even like if they look at the Tour de France, they do when they're doing the time trials. Have you seen them on the bikes?
Yeah,
they go on hell for leather, and they're getting their heart rate right up there because they know they're going into a hard effort.
Yeah.
So when they're going into it, the heart rate's up and they're ready to rock and roll.
Any common injuries you see? Do you work with a lot? What's your split like, right? Work just athletes, I guess, is it? Across a bit different.
I see a massive range, like rugby players, a lot of triathletes now, which is good. A lot of runners. I'm seeing a lot more like endurance side of sport now, and just I suppose you get your office workers, well, all walks of life really. But if you go to injuries with runners, generally hips, knees, and ankles. And
I got ankles like soup. I have.
Yeah, so it's funny because I do the assessments. Well, it's not funny. It's not funny at all, actually. But I do the assessment. I do the assessments on the clients, and they all present with like the same symptoms of poor range of motion in the hips, medial knee pain, and lateral knee pain, and then ankle pain. But also with the knee, I get it in a lot of people who are like a beginner to a sport that go from 0 to like 100 miles an hour in like 3 or 4 weeks, and then they get like tendon issues then.
Yeah.
Because they haven't exposed the tendon to any load. It could be for years.
Yeah.
It could be for years and years. And then they go and start doing the park runs, which is absolutely great. But if they just reined it in a little bit, because there's loads of like not like you got a couch to 5k.
Yeah.
Have they got a strength plan with that? Because I don't know. So I mean,
probably not. Because our starting one in the next couple of weeks. I know it's like for them, it's like couch to 5k. It's like meet once a week. Obviously, they're available to go to all the other sessions at Clarons, but there's one session a week will be specific. So they'll probably be like first of all, they'll probably start off with like a 2-minute walk, 1-minute run for like half hour, and then they just build through the 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I know I haven't been along since my missus first done it 5-6 years ago, but
I
think they're told to do, not anything.
It's neglecting like one of the most important parts of training now is the strength and conditioning part of stuff. But it's interesting with the tendon. I see loads of people with tendon injuries. They've just gone from 0 to 100 in a couple of weeks, and then they can't walk. And if they don't,
and then they think this is not for me. But if they'd approached it,
that's it.
Sports probably lose a lot of potential, whatever we're going to call them, athletes, because they jump in too fast, and then you're like, fuck that. I tried running, back to the couch.
Yeah. That's it. Like everybody's, I believe everybody's got an athlete in them, like 100%. Like, so it's sad to see. Then I got my knees niggling again. I'm gonna knock on the head now, and then they won't run ever again.
Yeah.
But then I seen a stat the other day. really high percentage of people will never run after the age of 35.
That's why.
That is
Wild, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like 35, you're in your prime, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
When you come to running and stuff,
Yeah, especially for these kind of sports.
And like endurance stuff, it's a mad stat. Like, I think it's because people just can't bend down tidy, and like I see a lot of people can't walk upstairs tidy at like a relatively young age. So like they probably think, oh, why I can't even go and bloody run. But I suppose they're like, it's just that mindset they're in. Then it's like, oh, if I can't do that, I'm not going to be able to run.
I'm not going to be able to run. Instead of approaching it the right way and getting some advice.
Yeah, but if these like,
I can't do that.
Yeah, but if these, I suppose like these couch to 5Ks and stuff had more education around injury prevention, strength training, it'd get a lot more people running and running for a longer period of time, like if not forever. So there's no reason why we can't run forever, you know?
No, absolutely. So it's education in it and wanting
100%.
wanting to know about it. Some people, it's an easy way out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a chore sometimes, isn't it? But then it's like, oh, do you know what? Especially like growing up in the valleys, like where we've grown up, we've seen many a boy or girl lose to football. We played football and rugby. Knee or do you know, my knee's gone, I'm not going to play now after 24.
Yeah, I know.
To them forever, it's like, oh, I just got shit.
That was me. That was me. I was.
Yeah, you. No, you still played till you were quite. I think we shared a pitch briefly in a seconds game.
Really?
I think we played up South Parade before. He was centre, so I was a wing.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
You played till you were quite late as well, or didn't you?
Well, I probably missed a big chunk in my early 20s. Just from, this is another thing I wanted to talk about, was like if you have like a knee injury, you go and see, I've had a couple of surgeries. Like I spoke to a specialist, he's like, right, you've got exact words, you've got to stop doing any contact. I was 21 at this time. You've got to stop all contact. And I was playing good rugby, like I was playing quite well, and that was just a massive setback. And I listened to him more. I took like 3 years off rugby, and I didn't do nothing, because you think doctors are the be all and end all, like, and specialists, but they're really not. Obviously, they're very good at what they do.
They're not always right.
Yeah, when you need to get advice on something else, they shouldn't be giving it. Because I remember I laughed my head off. The surgeon told me I got to stop. You got to stop squatting like that, and I thought, what squats are you doing, bud? Christ! I was so gobsmacked that, and I was thinking, right, do I listen to this guy here now? Well, you do. I was so young.
Yeah.
I suppose you feel you're quite vulnerable now at that age, like.
The information you had access to, how old was that? 10? How long ago was that?
So I had my last surgery. I was 19, I think, 1920, something like that.
How old are you now?
So 30. So 10 years ago.
Yeah. The information wasn't readily available as it is now as well.
No, but like I had some really, really good physios. And then I had some poor ones who weren't interested. I remember one guy, I can't remember his name. He was absolutely brilliant, like, so good. He got me back sort of pain-free, I suppose. I think that's what sort of motivated me to get sort of, I want to go down this sort of route. But it's frustrating because you listen to surgeons and they're like, you can't do this, you can't do that. What do you do? Sit on your ass all day? You know what I mean? That's going to damage you more than continuing running or continue to play rugby, you know? So I think people need to be a bit more open-minded, but it's hard when you're stuck in this bubble of vicious injuries, like a vicious cycle of injuries. You get back fit and it's like, oh, what next now? I just knocked on the head.
Yeah.
But
that's it. Yeah. That leads us quite nice on to you completing Ironman Wales as well, because if you'd listened to them, then you never would have completed Ironman Wales. So
yes.
How did that come about? What was like? That was that was back end of towards the end of playing rugby as well, was it? Or
yeah, so I had one last season. I had one more season with the Quins. I think it was like the third season they were in the championship. Played like 8 games, couldn't put a string of games together. I remember the last game I played, another knee injury, it went up like massive. And I was going to Croatia 2 days later with Joss. Didn't have no kids yet, and I was like, I've spoilt the trip. But I did manage to get down on one knee on that trip, mind. Actually, I tell a lie, I done it standing up because I couldn't bend down.
You couldn't bend down.
I couldn't bend down. Yeah. I had some stick for that off some of the boys.
That must be such a weird proposal,
Yeah, I know. Well, it took it off guard, she was and she was proper gobsmacked. But yeah, so going back to that, I knocked drugged on the head then. But I've had a couple of ins and outs when the boys have been short. But I started triathlon in early 2019, because that's when COVID came, wasn't it?
2020 COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah. So 2019 we entered, sorry.
Yeah.
And then it was for 2020. So I remember I was in work, seen the price on bloody Ironman, didn't realise. I had to run to the car to get my credit card. So I entered. I messaged Blackmore and said I've done it. Sent him a report. He said I've done it as well. And then it's probably one of the hardest processes I've ever gone through in terms of learning new skills, discipline in terms of turning up to training, and sticking to certain paces and things like that with the training, because you get sucked in, to the Strava, and you want to run faster to get an extra second, blah blah blah. But yeah, so obviously through COVID, then I stopped training for a little bit because I just got fed up of training with no events,
no end to call.
I was like, I've had to get full. But then we had a bit of a break in between. I think
you went away and came back.
Yeah, so I remember I was feeling quite fit, so I went for a run. My stay to Aberafan Beach. I think I'd done 16-mile run. I felt a bit of a tweak in my knee going over the Avon way. I thought, oh God, I don't feel right. When you have an injury and you've had it in the past, you just know you can link it, can't you? It just doesn't feel right. So got down there, great run, happy days. Woke up 2 days later, my knee was huge.
Again.
So I was like, oh, luckily I had insurance I've had insurance, Christ, for 15 years.
You do, George.
Oh, I've raked them. I've had them big time. I've had my money's worth. I have had my money's worth. So I think they weren't allowed to visit hospitals then. So I had another MRI scan, and it came back osteoarthritis in the knee joint, because when I was 15 I had a big chunk of my lateral meniscus removed from a rugby injury, bit of a freak accident. But you didn't think nothing of it, you youngster,
No.
So 15 years later, so I had I seen this surgeon for my 4 operations. So he basically, I said, look, can you do anything for it? I was at the point to try anything. I said, can you inject me with anything? Can you transplant anything in? Just I wanted longevity at the time, because Josie fell pregnant, and I was like, I couldn't even kneel down on the floor. That's how bad it was. I couldn't kneel down on the floor, because I remember playing with my nieces and stuff. I always had to sit down. I couldn't kneel down because the pain was so excruciating in the knee. So I was like, I just thought, it's just not good. But then went to an MRI scan. I thought, all right, fingers crossed now. It's not too bad. Maybe I can have a procedure done. So through COVID again, and I was up in my bedroom, FaceTime with the surgeon. I said, oh, how's it? Everything right? So, well, not good news really. He said, I've got osteoarthritis of the femur, osteoarthritis of the posterior side of the patella. So basically, when you're doing this, it's basically bone on bone here.
Yeah.
And he said the next steps for you now is a knee replacement. I was 28, 29, and at that point I was quite emotional at that time, because Alvy was born. I wasn't seeing him enough through my job, just a massive like
Just that rut you were on about earlier, isn't it?
Yeah, overwhelming. It's all just like everybody goes through it, like, you know. But I remember upstairs, it was like a 10-minute phone call. He charged me 240 quid to tell me I was fucked, basically. I was filming, but I came off a call. You know what? I just broke down. Like, I just broke down. I was like, when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Because I sort of, I don't know, it's a weird one, because I don't know if I missed out on experiences through rugby because of that, but I think most of me was the pain side of stuff. It was affecting me so much chronically. So I remember I jumped in the shower, rubbed my face, so it didn't look like I was crying. Came back downstairs, and then Josie said, "Everything all right?" And I said, "Oh no, I got I broke down again." But then I took like 6 months off, and I had enough. I was like, I didn't even want to do the Ironman. Stuff it. I'll get rid of my place, and then I see myself. I was getting chubby, and I was like, "Oh God, putting a weight on a little bit." And I said, "Right, just give myself a kick up the arse." So I entered Mumbles Duathlon. So I done that. Fine, no issues at all with the knee.
I do had anything done then, right? Obviously, I do had any procedure done or anything in the meantime, or just
nothing. No, because the only other thing they could do was put either a by construction, so half a knee construction in.
Yeah.
Where they would like put an artificial kneecap, or they take like a part of the femur off and just chuck an artificial part in. I was like, I'm not having that done. No chance. So yeah, I took the 6 months off.
So I started doing, was it pretty much
not so much rest, guys. I just had a tip full.
Yeah.
Like a hard process.
Yeah.
I had absolute gut. So like, and it was through COVID, so I was stressed anyway. So I was like drinking cans every night, and that's not me at all. Like I'm not a drinker at all. So that was affecting me, obviously, with the weight gain. Then I showed a photo tonight from Mumbles Duathlon unit. I think I was like 16 stone in there, like. So that was a bit mad. And then, so I'd done that. But prior to that, though, I started strength training. Because I'd done a bit, like, I was like, right, there's got to be something out there that's going to help me reduce the pain in my knee. There's got to be. It can't just be procedures. So I'd done some research. I'd done some courses as well, like about the hip, how like weight is distributed through the hip and whatnot. So I started doing really simple kettlebell stuff at home. And well, I got to the race line on Mumbles Duathlon, and then I done that, and then obviously Blackmore said, "Oh, can I coach you for Ironman Wales?" So I was like, "Oh yeah, happy days." So I sort of moved my goalpost because I was a bit more positive. And said like, so the Mumbles Duathlon's 10k running altogether, and then it's like a 40k bike. So I got through that like unscathed, just achy on the joints because of my weight. So Blackmore said, "Look, I fancy coaching next year. Do you mind if I like guide you through this?" I was like, "Yeah, crack on. Like, it's ideal for me. Makes me comfortable. Like." So we started that, and then I think I still had to manage my pain. No, that's the thing. It didn't completely go. If I had like high weeks, I was like, "Oh God, my knees are a bit sore." Like, you know, it's a lot. But then I think the highest week I done was like 15 hours. But I think I averaged like 8 to 10 hour weeks. It's nothing, is it? Really? But what I was doing when it came to
like one knee.
yeah. So I got to a point where I said to Kyle, like, I just, because I was working shifts at the time, I wasn't self-employed then. I just couldn't put the hours in training. So I said, look, I'm gonna drop, if I don't feel it in the week, I'm gonna drop a run. I'm gonna do my strength training, and then I was tagged in the weekends in. So I'd have like a really good ride on a Saturday, and I'd have a really, really good run on a Sunday. So for me, missing 8 to 10k in a week mentally was fine.
Yeah.
Because I knew as long as I was covering the distance over a week, I was trying to cover 35 to 40k over a week. I knew I was fine, but then 8 weeks prior to Tembe, I think I had a bit of a titful as well, just training, because we hadn't trained for so long.
It happened. Yeah, that's what Kyle said as well. You trained for 2 years without an event.
you train for so long, and I was like, oh, I'm done. Like, I've had enough. So when I was feeling, I suppose, these pains coming and going, like some weeks I only trained like 3 hours. Some weeks, but I'd replace it with strength training. So I was still getting some sort of capacity through the muscle tissue. That's going to help with injuries. But then I was having 5 sessions a week. I was like 2 sessions would be really, really high intense, but obviously a couple of days apart, so I get my rest in.
Yeah,
and then come the day, then it went really well. Like on the day, which surprisingly I was shocked. Like, but I don't know if obviously the train having Kyle as a coach definitely helped.
Yeah,
100%, because I had the guidance, and obviously even though he's my brother-in-law, I suppose we weren't speaking as a brother-in-law relationship. It was more like an athlete and a coach relationship.
Yeah.
So he understood that I was having niggles. I said, look, I can't train this week. Time's tight. I'm going to do my strength stuff. And then I just made sure before Ironman, I covered the full swim, because I had a nightmare swimming.
Preach.
How long have we got? I've got another 4 hours to tell you my story about
We
swimming.
will have we will do a one-off episode about how much you hate swimming.
I hate swimming. Yeah. And then I think the bike, I didn't train hard enough on the bike. That's the biggest advice I give. So I get clients in now who are doing Ironman, and that's the biggest advice I give, is put the effort in on the bike, because it's the longest part of the race.
Yeah.
So
hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Boring.
Yeah,
it's
the longest.
Mindset, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bike.
I never trained with anyone. See, I was a sole trainer. So the longest ride I went was like 89 miles. So that's 22 miles short, isn't it?
Yeah. 1,000
Yeah, so then 89 miles on my own. But that's the longest I biked. I was like, I'm going to be feeling this now on a day. And I did, to be fair. I was having cramp before Heartbreak Hill, first time round. I had to stop like at the top of Saundersfoot Hill. I had to prep myself. I had to get off. I had cramp. I was like ragging my legs up. I was like, I cannot stop on Heartbreak Hill.
Yeah.
My family.
I think people would boo. Like, I think Heartbreak Hill is so intense. If they see someone pushing, they're going to be like, boo.
Yeah. I know. So I was like, my family have supported me so much over the prep for Ironman. I cannot disappoint them if I stop.
Yeah.
So like, I was going up around the first corner, and I hear my name, Ryan. I was like, oh, the boys. I was like, right, put the armour down. And then turn the corner, you see more people, put the armour down. Got up to the top, and I was gassed. But like the next hour and a half, I was gassed, like big time.
I think everyone does it though. Like even like I said, didn't he? Like you just push it off.
You can't not put what bombs up there. He said, you know.
I know. But looking back on videos, this is the most amazing experience, that Heartbreak Hill. Like it's amazing. But I was so happy just to get off the bike, because like my ass was killing. I just made friends along the way, like, because I was down in the dumps mentally on the bike at one point. I said, how are you feeling, but? He said, I feel like shit. He said, I'm me. I said, we stick together for a bit. And then this other geezer then was pushing the pace, like. I thought, I'm not having that.
No.
When you made waves with.
Yeah, so
he's like, yeah, we're stick together, but I'm going to be in front in photos.
Yeah, so he started racing, right? So on the hills, I'd have him, right, on hills, smash him up the hills, then he'd like fly past me in. So coming back down into Wiseman's for the second time, it was raining as well. I turned the corner and he was like, yes, on the floor, he'd fallen off, like.
Karma.
But I did stop. I said, look, are you all right, but full of blood? He said, I'm not finishing this. I was like, oh, you sure? I said, go on, crack on. Like, you're not far away, like, but yeah, I didn't see him again.
Left.
I know, but the relief to get off the bike.
Yeah.
That's what I found on the watt bike now. I don't want to say it to Kyle and stuff because they're beasts in it. But you know, like on the watt bike now, if I do an hour on the watt bike and my arse starts hurting, you'd have to convince yourself for 3 minutes to get up and give it, and you can. It's like, gravity's pulling you back down. It's hurting so much you can't even get your ass off the seat. And then when you do, it's like hallelujah, like. But the pain is unbearable, isn't it?
It is, like, the things you go through on the day. It's incredible. The highs and lows, the pain. Because I had on the marathon. The first, I definitely overdone on the first lap. I run like a 55-minute 10k, like ridiculous.
Well, yeah, that's like a tough slog of a 10k, innit?
Yeah, and like I think because you've got so much blood in your legs, you're just raring to go now. And the second lap,
at that point, it's like I've only got to do. It must be a bit like that, really, innit? I've only got to do marathon.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then pretty much, because you're out there for so long, you know.
Yeah.
And then I had some real good advice off some bloke. Just bumped into him as we was running, got chatting. He was like a veteran, I suppose, of Ironman. He said, whenever you feel like walking, just walk. Because a lot of people, I think, get embarrassed to walk.
Yeah.
I think because they've had this mentality in their head of, if I walk, I'm a failure. And it's like, no, it's not. Like, you got to manage the race. It's a race. You got to manage it. So come like lap 3 and 4, I was like doing intervals up the hills. So I was walking, running, and then I know on the way down, like you carry yourself downhill, and I know.
Yeah.
And then on the last lap, such a relief on the last lap. It's like a big emotion comes over you, thinking like,
it must be
you're an Ironman, bitch, because you know you got enough in the tank to get to the finish line, and it's and like the support you get from family, like you don't want to let people down and stuff like that. So I think that carries out. But I think the process, what it did for me, made me like mentally strong. Say like the doctor have told you now you can't run.
Yeah, can't win.
But no, hang on, but I'm gonna run, like.
Yeah,
and I am gonna cycle.
Yeah.
So when you have like them moments in the actual event itself, it takes you like another half hour, and then you have like really bad down times, and then you see your family, you see your boy, they give you a hug and a kiss. It's like, right, I've got another half hour in me now, and then you got to go to the trenches. You do go to the trenches, and it's a good experience to have, like.
Oh, it's an unbelievable achievement, especially like back from that, being told need a new knee, and then
like people always doubt you, like, and they go, "Are you sure you're going to do that now? Is your knee going to hold up?" I'm like, "Yes, there's fucking wrong with my knee." Like,
that's it, innit? Even if I was doubting now, I'm doing it now, like, so.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem. If like people have issues, you always ask, "Oh, how's your back now, then? How's your back, or how's your knee?" It just brings back
bad memory.
It just brings back this feeling, and they go, it might start hurting again, because we are like connected through. It does. We are connected through the brain, like to the body. So you can bring back all these memories. Like, oh yeah, I do feel a bit shit as well. And you could have been having a good week or things like that. Like, yeah. So hell of experience. So I'm glad you brought that up now. So I'm happy now. Going to bed.
Yeah, cracking. I enjoyed that.
What's that?
Would you do it again?
No, not in the like near future. I just got way too much on, and I just want to enjoy the kids now. Like I've got like a nice balance now with work and studying. Like obviously Joss is back in work now, and we just got like a really nice balance. I'm enjoying seeing the kids, like.
Yeah.
And like
it's a huge undertaking, man. Like, say, even doing 10 hours a week's massive. Like, it's a lot of time, especially with the young.
So,
I'd
say I'd love to do it again.
Saturdays are chunky, and Saturdays and Sundays are chunky, where you get a lot of time with the kids as well now.
Massive. Like, I'd say I'd like to do it again, but I'm happy one and done. To be honest, because what I learned from that experience, it's helped with my business as well. Just passing on knowledge. Like, I'm no elite athlete, like, but you don't have to. You don't have to be to help others.
You know enough to know
what it's like. All over. No, I've done a big bike ride. I've done a long swim. I've done a big run. So it helps them as well. Peace of mind.
Oh God, just they can relate to someone, then, can't they? Like, So I got Ryan had knee injury. He done it, so there's no reason why they can't.
Do it.
You know what I mean?
Cracking.
Yeah, it's good. It's good memory.
Good. Right. Take a break now, and then we'll wrap it up with the usual stuff. Happy with that?
Yes.
Welcome back. So before we jump into the this and that and the question answers off the Instagram, we just want to touch on fatigue within training a little bit as well, right? And people to understand how that can affect your training as well, I guess, is it?
Yeah, it's huge, to be honest. So last year I saw 3 athletes from the same coach. Obviously I'm not going to name anyone.
No.
And they all had groin strains. I thought, this cannot be a coincidence. Like, can't be. 3 different people, 3 different jobs, 3 different sleep patterns. I mean, it can't be. So, did a bit of digging. Well, not digging. I just asked them, what's your training volume like? And they said, we do like 3. It was either 3 or 4 high intensity sessions a week. And I thought, Christ, that's a lot. Like, thinking of it, but they just wouldn't listen to me. Like one of the boys, but we laugh about it now. He said, I can't have a day off. I said, listen now, I'm going to send you some information and just listen to it. So if we go to like a training plan, so if we just want to do like a zone 2, so that's a low stimulus to the body, the central nervous system. Generally, we won't get any fatigue. So you see like ramblers out walking, they can go 7 days a week forever and ever. They generally don't get fatigued. So if we go to like a moderate like stimulus, so that could be a bit of zone 2, a bit of intervals, a bit of zone 2, a bit of intervals, a bit of strength training, that'll become like an eventual fatigue. But then that's when coaches should put in like a deload week. So you come down and like obviously so with marathon, Nick, you have the what are they called? Not
down week.
Yeah. Or like what's when you come off a peak?
Well,
before a race. Taper, that's it.
Taper. But in my plan, I think it's every 6 weeks you'll have a down week, so you build and then you drop. Say I get up to like 56 miles, the week after may drop back to 50 and then you go again. But like a down week and then you taper towards the end.
Brilliant. So these 3 athletes I saw, obviously they were doing high frequency of stimulus to the body with low rest periods. So when we have high frequency, our fatigue rate sets in way quicker. Yeah. So say we have a graph. So if you have like a zone 2, you come up and you can just go along forever. With high frequency, you come up and your fatigue comes down. But when we like have no rest, then in between days, your fatigue rate comes closer. So you're coming up, just literally up and down. But then that comes to your body hasn't got the ability to maintain like a constant force through tissue. So like the muscle tissue obviously it contracts, extends, it's got like excitability for like reactions, and it's got elasticity, so that's how far it can stretch and come back. So when we're fatigued, we lose these functions, not completely. So we don't lose the functions, but we can't control them very well. So like say you're running, you think, oh God, my hamstring's just gone. It's because you're fatigued.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just from training, like with coaches, they got to know everything about your athlete. What job do you do?
Yeah.
You a night shift worker. They've got kids. Do the kids sleep well? No, is your diet all right and things like that? So, like I've seen a few like people working shifts and I think, I've niggled after a night shift. They said you shouldn't be doing interval training after a night shift, like.
Yeah.
Because you could be up for 20 hours and then you're going and smashing out.
Yeah, stress.
Yeah. It's so important to have that relationship with because like you have a coach, you say, right, you got to do that. You're going to do it now.
We've talked about that a million times, haven't we?
I remember he was talking about accountability on Kyle's podcast.
Yeah.
And like, you shouldn't be ashamed to feel like you can't do it.
Yeah.
No, and Steve's really good with that. I'll say to Steve, no, we've had the conversation. We were looking at, like I said, this is doing too much. I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm me, and he reined it back in and changed it for me. But for the coaches, I'm lucky I've got a friendship with Steve as well, maybe.
Yeah.
But,
it does help.
Coaches would say, well, this is the deal. You're paying me to do it, or fuck off, I'll find somebody else. Like.
Yeah.
Coaching is like the human and the human side of it is just as important as knowing what you're doing as well. Like.
Yes, and like the coach has got to see past just a coach and athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's got to Oh, thank you, bud. Go back upstairs in a minute. I got cake off Alfie.
Oh,
Go and see Mammy quick. I won't be long now. Go on. Oh my gosh, we come and play with him now. Right? Do some cake. I'll share the cake now, boys. Go see Mammy quick. Alright? Yeah, so I think a coach and athlete, it goes further than a coach and athlete, doesn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like you need to say to him, like, you need to be like, if you can't do what's on the plan, you need to tell me.
Yeah, the
So
athletes
Yeah.
have
I need to put,
tell them as well, haven't they?
yeah, because otherwise you
That's
just
in
be
the
this like
relationship.
the overwhelming pressure, like, oh my god, especially with training. If you've been on training peaks
Yeah.
and it's got a traffic light system,
Yeah.
like I don't like
Every
that.
one of those traffic lights the last couple of weeks I have.
Yeah, so I don't like it when it shows red, because like when it shows red, you might have had I don't know, something on with the kids and you can't train. Something's come up. But
Yeah.
that red light just gives you like this
It's
psychological
negative,
effect.
isn't
It's
it?
like, yeah, massive. And it's like, oh, I missed an hour this week now. I have to catch up. And then what happens then? You start smashing in the hours,
Yeah.
and then injuries come setting in. Like, so I think it'd be good if coaches just could have
Lizzie
not
spoke
just,
about that last week on the last episode, didn't she, in her relationship with her coach?
yeah, you've
Yeah.
got to have such a good relationship, like with.
She just tells them, doesn't she? Like if she's not feeling it, she's not feeling it. And she,
Not
like
going
say,
back to catch up, that's just gone.
only the athlete knows their body, innit? It's like
100%, yeah.
like, and that's where then you've got to like to say, look, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I've had a real tough day or two. I cannot do it tonight. I'm gonna have to push it to some other
Yeah.
time. Coach got to understand it, doesn't he? Not just be no. You're doing
That's
this.
it. And it can work the other way as well. Because I've had clients come in to me like, all right, I need to train tomorrow. I said, you can't. Like, I said you can, but you haven't had that advice from me, because you try and give advice so the client has the best chance of recovery or getting back to a sport. So it works both ways. You got to try sometimes rein them in a little bit, and then obviously you need to know what's going on in their personal lives as well to be like that. I think that's what makes a real good coach.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
be honest, they've been like, you can have all the qualifications in the world, but if you haven't got any humane about you, it's not gonna happen. Like a good relationship's not gonna happen. Like, you know.
They say that's why Fergie was so good, didn't they? Because of his management skills and stuff like that. And it does boil down to that. And you see ones about like Romario asking Van Gaal if he could go off to Brazil for Carnival, and he said, well, score 2 goals and you can go. And he scored 2 in 20 minutes, went off for half time and caught a plane to Carnival. Apparently.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Class.
Unbelievable.
That was good, right? I enjoyed that bit as well.
Yeah, I think that's important for people just to know.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, when you're feeling it up against it, you just know, you chuck your trainers on, you're thinking, I'm not feeling it today.
No.
So, it's nothing wrong with that.
Most of the time, it's crap, innit?
Yeah, body. Otherwise,
you can still train, but just take the intervals out of it and just run zone 2 for half hour or 40 minutes, because you're still clocking up a little bit of mileage in the legs, but you're not giving them a chance to be injured.
Yeah.
Higher chance of being injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Cracking. Right, have we got any this and that this week, Nick?
Yeah, got a couple of
this and that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this or that, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You still had some brain cells left. It's been an hour with us.
I have got some left. I have got some left.
Right then, here we go. Foam roller or massage gun?
Neither.
No.
Why?
Be right
because
back.
they only work for short term. So a bit of information on this: massage guns will do their work within 7 seconds. So when you see people like on influencers going all over their body, load of rubbish.
Yeah.
But in terms of if you was going to warm up for a session, probably massage guns.
Yeah.
And then if you go foam roller for some, I suppose like some trigger point work, they got their place. 100% they got their place.
Yeah.
100%. So I would go for personal preference, massage gun, because it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
foam roll's not nice, is it?
No, foam roller, savage, like.
Yeah, they not.
Savage.
Oh, that's good. Good info. Cold pod or a hot sauna?
Oh, all depends what state of mind I'm in. No, if I need to do something hard, no, if I'm feeling down, I'm like, I need to do something hard today.
Yeah.
Definitely a cold plunge. But then if I'm feeling sorry for myself again, I'll have a hot sauna as well.
Depends how sorry you're feeling for yourself, like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they definitely both got their purposes for the use for, like.
Oh, good. Protein shake or coffee and cake?
Oh, 100% coffee and cake. 100%.
Love it. Well, you just
Not
had
a
your
coffee
cake.
connoisseur, no.
Oh, I am a coffee connoisseur, yeah. I've just had the tamping, boys, right? Josie, for my 30th, Josie bought me lovely coffee machine, automated, because she couldn't make a proper coffee. So she bought a present for me, for her. Woke up this morning now, and the coffee beans are gone. She haven't replaced them.
She needs to sort that out.
Oh, I was gutted. I've had to just drink some dirty water now.
Oh, processed.
I know. Gutted.
Not good.
Yeah, definitely coffee and cake, 100%.
Good man. Shaved legs or not?
100% shaved, because they look massive.
Thinking about it for this time.
Oh no, what are we talking about? Legs.
Legs. Nothing else looks massive, I can show you that.
Heads.
Heads and legs.
That's going to be the last one.
Yeah.
Or
so definitely shaved legs.
Yeah. Right, the last one, Bic or a Mach 3 razor?
Neither. I've got a bulldog shaver. Have you seen the bulldog shavers? Oh, no. Yeah.
I need to, though.
Honest to God. Oh, yeah. No shaving cut. No shaving cream. Well. No shaving cream. And I don't have to spend 15 quid down the barber's just to shave my bloody head. I know.
Nice.
Right, let's see what they had to say on Instagram. We've covered most of the serious ones. My favourite part about the pod, being like Legs and Local, is you get questions in off the boys, right? There's a couple in off the boys, and then we'll wrap it up. Ready?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Number one. And see if you can guess who they were off. Number one. Right. Did Ashton Evans really beat you up?
What's this from now? That's off Morgan Thomas, isn't it? Yeah, that's off Morgan Thomas. Oh, and I know where it was from as well. It was in Madrid. We had a little tussle in Madrid. Yeah, after a night out. just messing around, but it got serious.
As it does after.
Yeah, but no, he didn't win. No, so stupid.
Let's have a look. What else have we
Even
got?
If he did, I wouldn't admit it on you anyway. Can't do that.
How many Elvis juices can you put away in one session?
They're the strong ones, isn't they? 6.5%.
Elvis juice.
6.5%.
Dog, innit? Brewdog beer.
Oh, yeah. I thought I'd heard it before. It's on the...
In lockdown, I was pretty good in lockdown. I became a bit of a savage drinker, like. And Brewdog's my go-to. I could put a few away, but I don't know, like 6-7 limit. They're so strong.
Who do you reckon that's off?
Dan.
Arlid.
Oh, Arlid, of course. We always have... I always mess him about his Brewdog. Sorry, Al.
And this is my favourite. And I really want to know the answer to this. Did you once throw jelly over your math teacher's laptop?
Who the fuck sent that in?
That's off Owen Arm, man.
Who was that? Oh, Owen Arm. Yeah, he was there too. It wasn't me, it was him. I think we both had detention for that.
Oh.
You did.
It was definitely him. He was naughty in school, like. He turned out to be an half-decent human being now.
Yeah.
No,
athlete as well, isn't he?
Yeah. I remember that. Like, it was yesterday now you mentioned it. Bloody hell, it was funny.
Yeah. Cracking, right. I really enjoyed that, actually.
No, it was good. It was nice. It was nice to have a chat. And hopefully people can get some information out of it, innit? That's the...
Yeah, you just got to take bits and bobs from everything, haven't you? That's all, like, innit?
Yeah.
Definitely.
It feels like I've waffled on for an hour.
No, I've enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
insightful. Like I say, like a lot of runners, I know myself, I'm the same. I don't do enough of the strength conditioning, the warm-up routine. So like hopefully people get something out of it, like, and listen to a bit of advice and just look into it more themselves. So they get something out.
And if there's anyone like local who needs any advice, you drop me a message on my Instagram or whatever. Like
we'll put all your Instas up and everything.
I'm open to helping anyone because I've had loads of help in the past, and I haven't had help in the past either, and that's gives me more of an incentive, I suppose, to help more people, like, you know. So yeah, it's good, really good. Enjoyed it.
Like, I can vouch for that. I think I come to you, we would just know it just to get kind of physio, and then it just developed from there. You've always been good with me and happy to answer any questions without getting any.
I think you got it because it's a sticky point in it sometimes. It's like, where do you look? You go on Google, do you go on Instagram, do you go on TikTok now these days?
Yeah.
And like generally, them sources of information sometimes ain't very good. So it's just nice. So even if I don't know where I can guide them to certain people that will know. Like I'm never gonna know everything. Yeah. Like I'm happy to send people on who's going to get better treatment elsewhere or better advice elsewhere, because you can't answer everything, can you?
No, absolutely not.
So
there we are. Happy days. Right, you better go and you promised Albie you'd go and play with him.
Yeah, eat some cake.
Yeah, get that cake down here. I know all the birthday cake is gone from my house now, so it's just going to be a cup of tea and a biscuit.
What biscuits? Come on, I love this question.
Malted milks are the only ones in my house, but...
Oh, it's not bad. Nick?
Oh, I do like malted milk as well, but probably dark chocolate digestive.
Oh, that's not what it is.
If I went up a shop now, I'd get the Fox's Golden Crunches.
Oh.
I would do a full pack with a cup of tea and
but also, I do love a custard cream.
Ooh. That's like an old custard cream's an old school favourite, isn't it?
I'm old now.
Old school in here.
Yeah.
You remember when they were new?
Yeah, it feels like I'm interviewing you here now. Right, this all that, boys.
Yeah. There we are. Happy days. Nick, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, boys. I really enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it has. Cheers for that. And yeah, that's the end of episode 6. So
this 6 you've done.
Yeah.
This was.
Fair play.
Yeah, it's going well. Yeah. So we'll wrap it up with our usual outtake. We'll see you on a start line somewhere soon.